So in earlier discussion we have discussed all these basic aspects, electromagnetic aspects of the spin orbit interaction. We have arrived this equation for h bar is equal to L star, which is angular orbital momentum quantum mechanically measured, h upon twice pi, which is going to be Planck's constant upon twice pi constant. Z is the number of Ze is the number of positive charges contained by that nucleus, divided by m into c square, where m is mass of electron, c square is the square of the velocity of light, 1 upon r cube, where this r is the distance between nucleus and that electron which is revolving around the nucleus, which is giving rise to this type of magnetic moment h bar. Okay, now further to this we'll just write further the magnetic moment of electron, this mu l, the magnetic moment of electron. Let's complete this further. You can write these things as well. Magnetic moment of electron undergoes Larmor precession, MOR, Larmor's precession around the direction of magnetic field, around the direction of h bar. Okay, magnetic field is, that is the h bar. So again we have to go for the reference of this diagram. So this is what I have shown this to be h bar, and this PL bar is rotating about in the cone around this h bar, and that is called as precession. So this is nothing but Larmor precession. Okay, so actually this diagram is nothing but Larmor precession diagram. So this is what a vector diagram in fact, but that shows you a Larmor precession. Now this particular precession is given by so again here we are using another different mathematical concept, the angular velocity of Larmor precession. The angular velocity of Larmor precession, MOUR, Larmor precession. The angular velocity of Larmor precession can be written as, okay, please don't ask the origin of this. We are not needed, we are not interested in getting all these aspects of Larmor precession. What we are interested is in these relations which we are directly getting. This omega L, Larmor's frequency of this precession, is given by capital H into mu L, magnetic moment of this atom, and this is divided by its orbital magnetic moment or orbital angular momentum, that is given by PL. Okay, so H into mu L upon PL. But earlier we have written, we have obtained, the last lecture we have obtained this relation mu L upon PL is given by this E upon twice MC. Okay, we have seen this relationship earlier in earlier derivation, and therefore this omega L, Larmor's angular frequency, Larmor precession angular frequency, is given by H into E upon twice MC. Okay, now give a number to this equation as equation number 10. But remember, this equation is not yet final. It has to be certain modifications. Now this, how these modifications are. Okay, now if we take into account the spin of the electron, if we take into account spin of electron, of course it's an intrinsic spin of electron, the angular velocity is, okay, it is given by omega L is equal to H multiplied by 2, okay, scalar relations I am writing, into E upon twice MC. Okay, don't cancel this 2 here. Why this 2 comes here? That is again a theoretical relation for that. So I can the factor 2 is due to the fact that the ratio for spin motion of an electron is double than that for orbital motion. So this, while calculating this angular velocity, we have to multiply this entire relation by this factor 2 because of this physical fact that is mentioned here. Okay, and remember, now this electron involved, its velocities, the nucleus, their masses, their distances, etc. In fact, these velocities are very, very high, approaching to the velocity of light. So we have to consider the relativistic effect too, which we have not mentioned till now. But if this relativistic effect is considered, if the relativistic effect, remember at that time when this particular theory was new, many times people had to modify all these theories. So one more theory came in picture and in existence, that is relativistic effect, and this effect also has caused certain changes in this equation. That is what we are mentioning here. If relativistic effect is considered comma, then there exists a relativistic precession. We are not talking much about this. There exists a relativistic precession. Actually, we don't know what actual precession is, and relativistic precession is still a difficult thing for us. Doesn't matter, we'll just write this: relativistic precession of electron in the opposite direction. I am sure no one will understand what things are going on here. Doesn't matter, we have to just go further. Opposite direction of the Larmor precession. So whatever effect by this Larmor precession, this effect can be reduced because of this relativistic precession, Larmor precession. The angular velocity, that means if this relativistic effect is considered, this angular velocity of Larmor's precession gets reduced to 1/2 of its original. So whatever we have calculated, it gets to be half. So whatever 2 we have added in earlier derivation, these 2 can be removed. That is what we are writing here. The angular velocity of which is half of Larmor precession type, or is half of Larmor precession type. Hence the resultant precession is just half of that given by omega L. So remember, Larmor precession is a classical phenomenon, and here a relativistic effect is considered. If this effect is considered, whatever effect that is produced by this number 2 we have written earlier derivation, that can be get reduced, and therefore the resultant angular velocity omega is equal to, this is Larmor frequency omega L, here it is angular velocity omega, is equal to 1/2 of omega L, or that is what replace this or remove this 2 earlier. That's what I said. Don't cancel that 2 there. Titosto don't cancel karu naka, because in between lot many things are there. So I get again same relation, H into E upon twice MC, or I can replace this H from equation 9. So substituting equation 9 here, I can write this omega is equal to, okay, angular resultant angular velocity is 1/2 into L star multiplied by H upon twice pi into ZE square divided by M square C cube multiplied by 1 upon R cube. This is my equation number, okay, how much it is now. Earlier we have 9, this is 10, this is 11, equation number 11. So I get, see, this is what our H bar is L star into H upon twice pi ZE upon MC square into 1 upon R cube. Now this is multiplied by E upon twice MC. So here this E square, ZE square upon M square, and one of the C gets connected here, so it becomes C cube. So that equation 9, replacing 9, equation number 9 for that H here in the above equation, I have replaced this, and I get this is the equation for the angular velocity of this Larmor precession. Okay, now one more, again a quantum mechanical condition we are using here. Now the spin orbit interaction energy, the spin orbit interaction energy Now symbol used for that is delta WLS. LS is spin orbit and spin. Delta WLS, delta W is the differential change, delta WLS is given by, so we are using this symbol again for the first time, which is given by delta WLS is equal to, now I am writing one very interesting relation here, angular velocity into another factor here, projection of spin angular momentum on L star, projection of spin angular momentum on L star. Okay, now as we have seen in vectors, A by this is vector A bar, this is vector B bar, I get this quantity. Okay, so this factor is called as projection of B bar over this A bar, and which is given by B bar into cosine of theta. Okay, this is theta. Now this concept I am using here, I am taking projection of spin angular momentum S star over this L star. That's what I am getting, L star into S star multiplied by cos theta, while taking angle between this L bar star and S bar star is, okay, is just a minute.